those teams, give those guys a thanks. They did a lot for it. The series is 8-2, but it's just a preliminary match. These guys just getting warmed up. At the end of the day, it doesn't actually count for anything except for funsies, and I'm going to let Sprawl introduce both these players.
Yeah, no kidding. Good shout out to those guys for sure. And moving into this game, we do see 4KWarden. He will be our pink Terran because he's a baller, because only ballers pick pink. He will be on our top right, and in the bottom left we have RevSaroVati. He will be our purple Protoss. Purple and pink, loving the colors right now.
Yeah, these players are picking colors to make it the absolute worst for casting. I think that's what their goal is, as close as possible, so pink and purple don't look too much different in the units, but good thing it's not a mirror match. Both these players just getting started up. 4KWarden, I have seen a lot of games out of him. He is very aggressive. If he thinks he has an advantage, he won't hesitate but to pull some workers and do what he can to secure that win. Does favor some one-base play as well, so he has been around for a long time, and I'm not sure if he currently, but I know he did have 2 different accounts in GM at the same time.
Yeah, no, what a beast is 4KWarden. And when I see him, I literally just want to give him a big hug. He looks like a big teddy bear. That's what I that's what I feel when I see 4KWarden, but I don't know about you guys. But anyhow, yeah, RevSaroVati is also GM. Like you guys heard before, he wasn't allowed in that community, so I'm sure he is very good as well. So this should be a very, very interesting game. And like Coldesy was saying, it will be our last, but who knows, maybe it'll be our most exciting.
Yeah, it could be. 4KWarden always makes for exciting games. RevSaroVati, yeah, like you said, got to be good players playing against QSC. I would love to know who won that game. Probe coming out right now, and the SCV is out here doing some preemptive attack, wants to make sure his buddy is safe while he's building that Rax. Nothing is worse than being zapped with electrical jolts as you're trying to build something. And both players going pretty standard. The expansion timing, as usual, be very important to watch, or if there is even expansion timing. I have seen 4KWarden win a lot of games off that one base.
Yeah, no, exactly, and I've just been informed that SaroVati actually just won one of the last tournaments out of Edmonton, so congrats to him. He's got to be pretty decent if he's coming out of there, because those Alberta players are indeed very good, as we've seen throughout the series. We do see a reactor coming down and a second Rax for 4KWarden. What do you think we're going to see here from Warden?
Looks like he's going for a 2 Rax opening, can put on some pressure, can expand behind it, is a diverse opening. He's going to get that reactor, start producing Marines, and on that second Rax, I would probably see a Tech Lab right away, getting that slow, getting out 2 Marauders, possibly pushing out. Another thing you can do is get those 2 Marauders, get a Reaper, kind of do a little bit of misdirection. You don't actually have to put on pressure either. You can kind of just sit behind it and expand. So there is a lot of options out of 2 Rax. Kind of the most common macro builds are the 2 Rax opening or just going for a 1 Rax. But it looks like there is a 1 gate expand right now. So if he plays this 2 Rax right, and we're going to see a Tech Lab, boom, there we go. If he plays it right, you can do a lot of damage. You can even pull SCVs, build a bunker on the low ground, because with that 1 gate expand, there's not going to be very many units for RevSaroVati.
Yeah, exactly. He does have 1 Stalker coming out here, and I'm interested to see what he's actually going to do with it. Dropping the 2 gates, very standard for that 1 gate expand. And it would be in his best interest, I think, to probably Chrono Boost out another Stalker or something to that effect. He needs some more units because this 2 Rax is going to be coming pretty quickly here. We do see concussive shells going to be probably finished by the time those Marauders and Marines show up to the base of SaroVati here. And yeah, let's see if SaroVati can indeed hold this pressure.
His Nexus is about to finish. 4KWarden not moving across the map quite yet. Wants to wait for a little bit more. Probably going to wait for another Marauder to finish before he starts moving. Actually, oh, no, just stopping there at the ramp. We'll probably wait for that next Marauder's concussive shell will be done when he moves out, and expanding behind this most likely, unless he sees some sort of clear advantage. As I've said a couple times, but I want to keep reinforcing it, 4KWarden is not scared of pulling SCVs and really trying to capitalize on a small lead. And look at that, 3 SCVs coming with this group. So this is not all in at all, but allowing bunkers to be produced, absorb a little bit of damage, and just kind of fortifying this early push.
Yeah, exactly. And SaroVati is going to see this push coming across the map here. He's going to try and intercept with the Stalkers, try and do a little bit of harassment, just slow him down as much as he can before he gets to his base so he can get some more units. He does have a total of 5 Stalkers, so that's pretty decent, but he does indeed need to keep on holding back this pressure as long as he can, so he can keep warping in units here. He does get another 3, might be able to get some free shots from the high ground, but no, he is going to come up into the natural here. Pulling probes is FourKWarden, losing quite a few, but I believe after those Marauders go down, he should be in a good position.
Absolutely, the Marauders are huge for, they're slow, but these Stalkers are not moving back, deciding just to take all the bullets from the Marines. Going to be able to take out a couple Stalkers. There we go at the last second, maybe that last bullet flying out of that 50 caliber gun, flying towards the Protoss army. Able to do a little bit of damage, but not too much. There's actually some aggression going on at the front of the base. It's just a pylon gets canceled there, but it does look like all those Stalkers are moving across the map. Now, I know personally, I'm nowhere near GM, but I know I've moved out with this 2 racks, and it didn't go so well, and the Protoss just counterattacked and did a ton of damage, and that's what we might see here, trying to get up the ramp. But it looks like FourKWarden is not going to try to push too hard. Oh, actually, maybe he is. Just waiting for 2 more Stalkers to rally in right here. I would love to see a bunker. A bunker could really hold this off, but actually doesn't look like he's going to have to hold off anything.
No, exactly. He did get that proxy pylon there. I'm a little surprised that FourKWarden didn't try and hide that a little bit better, because if he did have that proxy pylon, he probably could have indeed put pressure on there, but there was just too many Marauders at the top of the ramp. He was trying to just snipe one here or there just to lower the Marauder count, because those are indeed very good against those gateway units, especially Stalkers. But yeah, it is a pretty awkward position here for FourKWarden, because there is an expansion up for FourKWarden and still nothing from FourKWarden. So could he be going with an all-in build off of 1 base here?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this right now. I would love to see him just save up the money and get out that expansion. He is getting out 3 racks and getting a reactor on that starport. He will switch them any second. The worker supply decently ahead for FourKWarden, which of course is very obvious he would be. He has the 2 Nexus up, getting those Chrono Boost out, and it looks like he's going to go for some pretty quick Colossus right now, getting out that bay. That's pretty quick, wouldn't you say, Sproul?
Yeah, no, he's just going to rush for those Colossus. He feels like he's in a good position right now, and he's going to be able to hold any pressure, and if he can get up to those Colossus early enough that he can, even just at least 1 getting out will be a big deal, especially because only Medivacs being produced right now, no Vikings in sight, because he indeed does not know about those. And good force fields going down, about half the army or so of Warden does go down.
Observer following this army, able to see everything that's going on. The food lead is ahead by almost 10 right now for a Protoss player. Still no expansion and nothing being built. FourKWarden is just going to try to 1 base all the SCVs. Here we go. This is what I was talking about. He's pulling all the SCVs. He's going to completely commit to this attack. NSL preliminary round, BC versus Alberta, is going to be over in a couple minutes. Who knows who it's going to work for? FourKWarden sees it. TTs. This is going to be pretty interesting. The Observer can see everything that's going on right now.
Yeah, if he can actually hold off until he gets that Colossus, I think he'll be able to hold this pretty easily. He has a nice number of force fields here. He could ferry onto the high ground and kind of mix it up a little bit, but yeah, they wanted. Those SCVs do indeed want to come in, but he is indeed going to hold off until he gets that Colossus here. Colossus moving out, and yeah, he's just going to headbutt into that force field until he can get out. I believe that Observer is going to be right in plain sight for him to see if he does indeed want to ferry up into the high ground, but it looks like he is just going to pull back here. A little bit of an interesting position. Mule's still mining, I believe, in the main. That's just how he's reinforcing, but he is being set back, and when this second Colossus comes out, this is going to be a big deal.
Yeah, it's very important to note right now that all the SCVs are just floating around doing nothing. Every second that ticks by, FourKWarden is getting farther and farther ahead. Now there's that drop on the high ground out of, well, I was going to say out of vision, but it looks like it must be out of vision. I thought the army was moving to counter right now. He must have caught a glimpse of that. He sees it now. 2 Colossus. There is no range right now, but this is a very tense moment. He's trying to ferry the entire army into the main base. Now we've got a Guardian Shield going up. Good force fields going down, and I really think FourKWarden is going to come out on top. The Colossus just doing huge splash damage. Neither of them are taking any damage yet, and it looks like FourKWarden is going to come out with this one.
GG. Indeed. That bear on the high ground did not do enough damage, and yeah, unfortunately coming out with the loss on that one, bringing the current score 8-3. A little bit of redemption there for Alberta, but yeah, really good game.
Yeah, absolutely. Well played for both sides. Thanks, all you guys on this stream. We are up to 522 viewers. Thank you very much. You can check out myself tomorrow on this very stream at 5:30. I will be casting the California preliminaries with another caster. I just forgot his name. Greg? Bazooka Benji, yes, absolutely. Now that I've just been talking too much today, but Bazooka Benji, he is really cool, much more E-famous than myself. He'll be casting that, and I will be lucky enough to join him. So that'll be a lot of fun. Thanks, both teams, for coming out. Thank you for the managers from both sides. And the NSL is getting kicked off. This is something you guys are going to want to follow. Check out their Twitter. They've got a Twitter at NStarLeague. They've got a Facebook group at National Star League. They've also got a website at, you probably guessed it, nationalstarleague.com. And follow all those groups, and thank you again very much for coming out.
Yeah, and actually make sure that you follow on Twitch TV as well. We'd like to get as much favorites as we can, obviously, on that Twitch account, and then you guys can see when we indeed go live if you're not sure from those other groups that Cold SC just mentioned here. And yeah, I'm Sprawl, and thanks for watching, guys. That was a great best of 11.
All right, we are out till tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow for California qualifiers.